All right, everybody, welcome back to Two Dudes in a Room.
Two Dudes in a Room.
Two Dudes in a Room. My name is Zach.
And I'm not.
And today, Gordo, what do you got for us?
Okay, so I have a bit of a story of inspiration for all the people out there. So I've got a bunch of products here. They were huge flops, some more so than others. But they were made by giant companies, companies that they're household names nowadays.
Gotcha.
For instance, Google Glasses. Do you remember those?
Oh, yeah.
We were just talking about them before this started. They were like, I don't know if they came with glasses or if it was something you attached to glasses you already had. I don't know the whole schematics of the product, but it would project stuff into the glasses. Then you could look at stuff on your glasses, and it was a cool idea, but it was way too expensive. It was just really ahead of its time. It was made by Google.
Yeah,
and Google is one of the richest companies in existence.
I think from what I remember, when you first got them, they didn't come with any lens at all. But they were talking about integrating it into people who need glasses.
Okay.
And it wasn't really, they didn't project it onto the glass. They had this little...
Oh, just a little teeny thing?
Yeah,
but you still,
that you can use your eye to move around, stuff like that. And they are still doing that now. I don't think Google's moving forward with Google Glass, like you said. But there are other companies that are trying to do something with, a head piece and using your eye to direct different things, from what I remember.
It's a fun concept, and if it hadn't been as expensive as it was, I think it'd be a household thing. A lot, every kid our age would have one.
Do you think it would replace your cell phone?
I kind of want it to.
Really? Okay.
I like the feel of a cell phone in my hand, but it's these things are so easy to break.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I mean, the argument could be you could probably break your glasses just as easily. Well,
I'm not I don't have it in my hand, and it's not going to be slipping out all the time. And
fair enough.
And it's going to be all my glasses never fall off my face.
That's fair.
Do
you think it'd be too distracting if it were always on you? You know what I'm saying?
I think it'd be a thing where it's if it's it comes out onto your lens and then you can kind of slide it back.
Oh, I see.
Or back in onto the wire portion,
yep.
Or the earpiece of your glasses.
I gotcha.
So you could extend it when you needed it to, and then push it back when it's not in use.
Right. Okay. All right.
Making it less distracting that way.
I gotcha.
We should patent that right now. so when it becomes a real thing, we can make bank.
the two dudes facial experience. We'll save that for another day.
And we're gonna have to demonetize this video now for your vulgar content.
Well. That hasn't stopped us before.
We're
working on getting sponsors. We'll get there.
We're gonna get there one of these days.
We'll buy some fun stuff, and then and more chaos will ensue. That's all.
I got some things in the works for that as we speak.
All right.
The next product I have for you is the Sega Dreamcast.
Okay.
Sega was a giant of video games. It was one of the big two from 1985 to 1999. Well, maybe not in 85. I'd say 1990 to 1999.
Okay.
It was right up there with Nintendo. Some people would say the Genesis and a lot of the systems that came after it were better than Nintendo. Mm-hmm. I'm not one of those dorks, but the Dreamcast, when it came out, it was so cool. It just had so many little bits and pieces to it. It had a screen on the controller. I don't know what that screen did.
Really? So it's kind of like the Nintendo Switch that they have now?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain it doesn't do the same. It didn't do the same thing.
No way.
I bet you there were certain games had things that you played it on the screen, and then there was little mini games you'd play on the the screen. I don't know exactly how it worked, but its controller was cooler than anything I'd seen up to that point. Some of the exclusive titles, one of the best Sonic games of all time, was on the Dreamcast. I can't remember what it's called, but it was really, really good. And it was meant to be 1999's hottest gaming console, and then the PS2 came out and just obliterated it. Nothing beats the PS2.
What was it, do you think, that PlayStation 2 had a niche that Nintendo didn't at that point?
I think it had better third-party support.
Okay.
Because everybody was making video games for PS2. PS2 is one of the biggest libraries of all time.
Right.
So there was way more games for it. It was sleeker than the Dreamcast.
Right.
It was made by Sony, and Sony had already had the PlayStation out, and the PlayStation was such a monster success.
Yeah, that's true.
And before the Dreamcast, you had the Sega Saturn, and the Sega Saturn didn't do real well. Up to that point, Sega was on its last leg. This was like, this is one last Hail Mary.
Yeah.
And then from there, Sega went on. Sega's still around, like they make video games,
right?
But they're more of like a third party. They make stuff for Nintendo now.
Yep.
Funny enough.
Yep. Interesting. And I'm just trying to. Do you think at any point Sega will come back and then PlayStation will go away, or do you think
I don't see PlayStation going away anytime soon?
Really? Okay.
I don't see any of the big three going away anytime soon.
Okay.
Because people have like such a
diehard kind of situation.
There's that big war between PlayStation and Xbox, and it's pretty much split right down the aisle. Half your gamers love PlayStation, half your gamers love Xbox. And then there's a Nintendo. Like, everybody can get behind Nintendo.
Yeah, that's what it seems. I really don't know anyone who's against Nintendo, if that makes sense.
No, not these days. I mean, back in like the 90s, you would have had the guys who were super Sega.
Yep,
and
that's fair.
They wouldn't have anything that Nintendo put out. They were like, nah, it's not as good, dude.
Yeah, fair enough.
So in the future, I mean, I could see Sega like throwing their hat into the ring at some point.
Right.
But I don't think they'll ever surpass the systems that we're at right now.
Fair enough. All right.
The next thing we're moving into cars, the DeLorean.
Oh yeah,
the DeLorean. It did not do well. It came out in 1981, and it was sold from 1981 to 1983, and it's only I want to say it only sold about 9,000 units, and the only reason people know about it is because Back to the Future.
Yep.
It was just. There was so much car in so little of an engine. It was a sports car that really.
Is it considered a sports car?
Like with those doors.
Oh well, I suppose
it says the stainless steel sports car is the first the first sentence.
I guess I just don't consider it a sports car it's just a collectible at this point. And back then it wasn't a collectible, obviously, but
there was novelty to it. I love the wing doors. I think that's cool.
Right.
It was like I said, it's just too much car and too little of an engine, so it really threw people off there.
Yeah, and it was funny. I remember watching the MythBusters test it if a DeLorean could even go 88 miles an hour, and it can't.
It can't?
No. Like, oh, that's kind of sad for a sports car that can't even go 88.
I mean, I like the look of the DeLorean.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
I probably only like it because it's
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Back to the Future is a big part of my childhood.
That's fair. Yeah. Agreed.
The next thing I got is called a QCat barcode scanner.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically it was also made in 1999, and it was made by Digital Convergence Corporation, which was a huge thing back in the 90s, and they made a bunch of cool stuff like this. And it looks like a cat because it's the QCat barcode scanner. And basically you would be reading your magazine, and you would see a product that you liked, and then next to it would be a barcode. You would scan it, and then it would order that product for you, and they would send that product to you. And this was before like Amazon really took off, and you could buy things with one click.
Yep.
I guess it was harder to do back then. I wasn't searching. I wasn't buying stuff online in '99.
I don't even remember. Do you remember what the first thing you bought was online? You know what I'm saying? Like you bought something online and it just came to your house.
Oh, it came. I was gonna say like I bought songs. On
iTunes, no, not like that.
Stuff that came to my house. Okay, so when I was a sophomore in high school, I ran for state student council.
Okay.
I ran for president.
Yep.
And my motto was like I was Indiana Jones.
Okay.
Because he's like an upstanding guy, and you know he's just a strong leader character.
Gotcha.
I think the first two things I bought on Amazon were an Indiana Jones fedora and a leather jacket.
I'm not surprised if you bought that now, to be honest with you. So.
I actually I liked that jacket. It just don't fit me no more.
Oh, really?
It was a nice jacket. It was really soft.
Was it ever a Halloween costume, or you just wear it for that one time?
I wore it for that one thing.
And that's it?
And then it's been in my mom's closet ever since.
Nice. Oh, man.
Yeah, so what about you? What was the first thing you...
Oh, gee, the first thing off...
Every other day, this dude has got something coming to our apartment from Amazon on it.
I'm a big supporter of Amazon. They do awesome work. God, the first thing that I bought online... I don't even know, to be honest. There's been so much. And I don't think the first thing technically was from Amazon that I bought online. It might have been like
eBay or...
Yeah, I didn't even get into eBay that much, to be honest.
I mean, eBay's still a thing.
It is still a thing, and I'm kind of surprised it's been around this long.
Around this,
yeah. The words that I'm trying to say will make sense eventually.
excuse me, it still looks like it was the site still looks like it did when it was first made.
Yeah,
yeah. They don't update that thing.
No, not at all. And man, I don't even know what the first. It might have been like a gaming system, it wasn't a DS, or like it was like a cheaper version of a DS that was like for monsters or something. It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't. Was it not?
Digimon?
Yeah. Well, okay. Not Digimon, but what's the little things that you had to feed it and walk it and clean up?
Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi. Thank you. Yeah. It was kind of like one of those, but it was a little bigger and a little bit thicker, and it had more.
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
There was like 4 or 5 different ones, and they each came with their own different monster. Yep. I remember that.
You could plug it into like a computer and fight online and do all that stuff. So
I never had it, but I had a buddy who had one of those, and it was super cool.
Yep.
Awesome. So those were dope, dude.
Are magazines still a thing? Do people read magazines anymore?
I mean, like there's every time you go through the grocery line, there's like tabloids still out.
Yeah.
Time puts out a magazine. Like I think they're weekly. I think they're weekly. They might be monthly.
Yeah.
Don't quote me.
I just don't see people buying magazines anymore for like gossip or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, because it's all on our phones now.
Yeah, Twitter is the place to get if you wanted any gossip.
I remember I was in high school and I was working at a grocery store, and one of my teachers came through, like this big burly dude. He was the basketball coach. He was at least 6'7", humongous man.
Yeah.
And he came through, and he had his little basket of his veggies and his stuff that he ate, and then he grabbed like 3 tabloid magazines and put them down too.
Really?
I was like, what is happening?
He's got to stay up to date with his all of his Gossip Girls.
I guess so, maybe. This is also a dude. He had like a '67 Chevy Impala.
Oh, really?
Like he had like the real deal McCoy.
Yeah.
He was just the manliest man.
Yeah.
Like he was the epitome of man.
I don't know what it is, but now that you say that, my dad watches like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, and that's what he does to bond with my sister.
Really?
Yeah. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
I don't get it either, but like I see
the appeal.
I see the appeal, and then I see parodies of it. Like there's Smosh Games did one where they were in Minecraft and they all had like really weird characters, and it was a Bachelorette style thing, and I really enjoyed that.
That's awesome. As long as people can make fun of it, then I'm okay.
Yeah,
with
like if it warrants itself to parody, I like it.
Then it's fine. All right.
My next one I got for you is McDonald's, one of the biggest food. I think it's the second or third biggest fast food chain.
Behind who?
Subway's number 1. Subway has Subway has the most restaurants.
Oh, okay.
in the world.
Yeah.
I want to say Taco Bell is number 2.
Okay.
And then it's McDonald's.
Wow.
But McDonald's is a giant.
All right. No, it's a giant.
Food.
No denial.
Remember like a couple of years ago they did like their artisan burgers. Like they came on like pretzel buns and they were really fancy burgers.
Kinda, yeah.
Well, McDonald's tried to do that in 1996. They called it the Arch Deluxe.
Okay.
And it was a McDonald's burger with cheese, lettuce, onions, tomatoes, ketchup, and mayonnaise Dijon mustard sauce on a potato roll.
Whoa. It
was designed for adults. It was designed for adults, and it never found an audience. The Big Mac was much cheaper at the time.
Right.
But now you have things like Five Guys and Smash Burger and like In-N-Out that are serving higher quality and just better burgers.
Yeah.
And finding huge success with them. So
yeah, no,
again,
that makes sense.
Something that was just a little ahead of its time.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like who are the kind of people that use like pretzel buns now? Is it like
like I said, Smash Burger's
Does Smash
one.
Burger do that?
Smash Burger.
They do. They have a couple.
They have a couple that do pretzel buns, but a lot of them are just like again on like a potato roll or like a fancier bun.
Right.
I know Applebee's does that, but Applebee's is like a sit-down restaurant.
Right. Okay.
Five Guys.
Huh.
Because you can put anything on a Five Guy sandwich.
That's fair. Yeah. Interesting. I'm trying to think of like what else McDonald's did that kind of, because I know they did other stuff that
the McRib.
McRib, yeah, that was a big one. That
I mean, it's not a flop. It just comes back every like February or whatever.
Right.
Which it's not out right now, so maybe that's not true.
I don't know. I know that Shamrock Shake is my weakness.
Oh yep. There's I don't know. Would that thing find success if they had it all year round? They just branded it different. They don't call it a Shamrock Shake.
I don't think so. I would still buy it, but I don't think other people would.
Yeah, because the ice cream machine is always broken.
That's fair. I don't know what their deal is. They need to hire more ice cream machiners.
They need people like a specific technician that sits in the office all day waiting for that thing to break down.
Oh,
and the funny thing is, it's always breaking down, but I never see people ordering
ice cream
at McDonald's, except when like the Shamrock Shake comes out.
Yeah.
You'll see people get like the Frappuccinos once in a while, but like people walking out of McDonald's with a soft serve cone, I don't see it that much anymore.
The only time I could really think of it is like when I was a kid and they were like 50-cent cones, and my mom's like, "Let's go get some ice cream," and I was like, "All right, cool. We'll go to McDonald's. Got 50-cent cones, and it was awesome."
Those were good times.
All right.
Man, I miss childhood.
Now we're moving into semi-adulthood, I'd say. So, yep, I think we're gonna start wrapping her up here. That's all the products we got for you today.
That'll do it. But yeah, like I said, this was a story of motivation because there was these big companies. And, you know, some of them did end up failing in the long run. But a lot of them, like McDonald's, she's still going strong today. Google is one of the biggest companies.
Yep.
So, but they had these failures. And, you know, you're going to fail too. You're going to fail.
Yep.
And you just got to, it's about getting back up and, again, wiping the dust off and getting back up on that horse.
Selling more McRibs.
Selling more McRibs, more Shamrock Shakes. And that kind of thing. Well, I guess until next time, this has been Two Dudes in a Room.
Two Dudes in a Room.
Have a good one.
See ya.